Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today, I'll be doing the Wyoming Cowboys. Last season, Wyoming went 7-6 overall, 2-6 in the Mountain West, with a bowl win against Kent State. Now, that's kind of bad for Wyoming if they schedule a difficult non-con, because if they had lost any of those non-con games, they would not have been bowl eligible. So, see what my notes say. Well, Craig Boyle, he's in his 8th season as the Wyoming head coach. They got a couple of transfers in, which we'll look at their projected depth chart right now. Quarterback, you have projected a redshirt junior transfer who's coming in from Utah State, Andrew Peasley. And you also have another transfer, Evan Svoboda from Snow College. At running back, you have Titus Sven Sr. and Dwyan McNeely, redshirt junior. At wide receiver, you have Gunnar Gentry. I've heard some about him. He's redshirt junior. Joshua Cobb, redshirt sophomore. At tight end, you have Trayton Welch, a junior. Not bad for receiving talent. Offensive line, you have a freshman who will be starting at left tackle most likely. A redshirt senior, redshirt junior, redshirt senior, and redshirt junior on the guard and center and right tackle positions. Not bad. On the defensive side, you have a sophomore D-end, redshirt senior nose tackle, redshirt sophomore D-end, redshirt junior defensive tackle, redshirt junior and redshirt junior linebacker, sophomore safety and corner, senior safety and redshirt senior transfer corner, who is coming from Wisconsin, and a redshirt sophomore nickelback in Keontae Glinton. Overall, not bad. Not a bad roster. You have a head coach who's coached a long time, so can he replicate the success of making another bowl game? Well, let's just see. Week 1, you go on the road, or week 0, you go on the road to Champaign, Illinois, to take on the Illini. Now, Brett Bielema, who's the Illinois head coach, he has transformed that program. They like to play hard-nosed football now, big guys up front, and I just have a feeling that they're going to want to run the ball and be very physical, and that's why I'm picking you to lose this game in week 0. Illinois, they're on a train upwards to where by the end of it, when Brett Bielema gets his guys in there, they're going to be a middle-of-the-pack team in the Big Ten as a whole, in my opinion. Now, can you make this game a fight? Why, of course you can. I'm not saying that this is going to be a blowout. I think this could be a close game, and I just think you're going to suffer your first loss. Week 2, you host Tulsa. This is going to be similar to the Illinois game. Very physical game. Tulsa, very similar to Illinois in that they want to be very physical and run the ball. This is a coin flip, but I think Tulsa's talent is just a little bit more talented than yours, so I'm going to give it to the Golden Hurricane, and you're going to suffer your second loss. Week 3, you host Northern Colorado. You should be able to bounce back with a win here. If you don't, then I would just burn the season plans for this season and just start on the drawing board for next season. But I believe you win this game before hosting Air Force. Now, Air Force, I've preached about them in multiple videos. They're going to be one of the best teams in the Mountain West. They like to play a type of football that every service academy, Army, Navy, and Air Force like to play. They like to slow the game down, have possession of the ball, for majority of the time, score when they can, but most of all, chew that clock and keep the ball out of your hands. So, I think that they're going to be able to do that against you, and I think you suffer your third loss. Then it doesn't get any easier. You have to go on the road to Provo to take on BYU. It's happened in the past where BYU has dropped a game like this. However, I don't think that's going to happen today. I think Jaron Hall and BYU get the win, and you drop to 1-4. Then you play San Jose State. They are kind of a wild card team for me, honestly, this year. They could be very good, or they could be very below average. I think they're going to be somewhere in between, and I think they're going to beat you in Laramie, and you dropped 1-6, or 1-5, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think they're just going to be too much for you. So I think you dropped a 1-6 before going on the road the next week to Albuquerque to take on New Mexico. So, New Mexico, they're kind of a below average Mountain West team, and this is a game that you're going to need at this point after suffering 3 straight losses, and I think you get it. I think you get a win against the Lobos, a hard-fought win at that before your bye week. You're 2-5 before hosting Utah State. Utah State, they've kind of, since Jordan Love left, they've kind of treaded water in the Mountain West, besides last year, of course, where they won the Mountain West. And I think that success is going to continue at some extent this year. I don't think you beat the Aggies of Utah State. So you're 2-6 before you go on the road to Hawaii. Bowl game on the line in Honolulu. Can you come out with the win? I'm sorry, but I don't think you do. I think you drop this one, and you are, what is it? I think you are 2-7 before your second bye week. After your bye week, you go on the road to Colorado State, who's still trying to rebuild after Mel Tucker left. You should get a win here in Fort Collins to go to 3-7. After that, you host Boise State, and you know what? I got you winning this game. I think Boise State slips up near the end of the season and drops this game against you in Laramie to give you your 4th win on the year and pretty much just demoralizing Boise State. And finally, at the end of the year, you go on the road to Fresno to take on the Bulldogs of Fresno State. I don't think this is going to be pretty at all. I think Fresno State's going to come out throwing and completely blow you out in this game. So, Wyoming finishes the season 4-8 after last season making a bowl game and winning that bowl game. It's not that Wyoming is a bad team. It's just you drew a couple of very physical teams in Illinois and Tulsa and BYU that completely just throw off your game plan. When you start out September with only 1 win and 4 losses, it's going to be hard to pick yourself back up. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great day. Go Dogs.